What's going on, family? What's going on? I'm on the highway right now. It just hit and said I had at least 800 miles. So, and I wanted to say something, man. It just hit me. You know how they say bad things happen in threes when it happens, and blessings happen in threes also when it happens. As far as like when you know things is just meant to be for you, you know. When you know it's your time for something. I mean, you'll get certain people or certain signs that pop up to let you know that this is your move, this is your destiny, this is your purpose, this is what you're meant to do. This is what business you should start or whatnot. You know what I mean? So your inner conscious and from the people that happen to come across your path with some insight, constructive criticism, criticism. You know, I think you should use all of that when you build in who you are. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say something, man. I moved into Phoenix 3 years ago, and I'm on my way out right now. And I moved in there 3 years ago, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Coming into the city, I had a few hiccups that happened, but I was able to still make it into the city, and I wasn't in a bind. I was able to be okay and take care of the things, but I did get another pickle, and things was like it was rough, man. I ain't gonna lie to you because you got to think I'm I'm used to living one way. I'm used to a certain type of people. When I get there, and I was thinking, you know, I really thought that being in Phoenix, it would have been more diverse, and it is as far as the people that live there. But as far as the spirit of the, I don't know, a lot of the natives, I would say, um, especially the white natives, man, it's a lot of racism in Phoenix. Like it's a lot of racism. Like and it's crazy the way it's set up. Like it's like divided, and it seems like they divided the city like that to just show you the racism. If you look at the way the South Side is laid out, you know, and as you spread like working class, this working class, this community, like it's crazy the way it's set up. But it just showed me that I had to think outside the box. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I got discouraged a few times. I want to go into town and say, man, you know what? Fuck it, this ain't gonna work, you know. But I kept knocking, man. That first year was rough, and me reaching my hand out to a few businesses and a few people in the area, you know, trying to network. They, I don't think they knew how to take me as far as my southern hospitality and me being, you know, an on time person. And if I say something, I'm gonna do it. You know, I don't think they meant that. But I'm also, if you do something that rub me wrong, I'm gonna express it too. I'm like, man, that was some bullshit right there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say what I want to. You know, I'm gonna say how I feel, the way you know how I feel at that moment. You know what I mean? But I don't think that, you know, I don't know, man. I don't think some people know how to take that. You know what I mean? But you being real with them, it's just like, would you rather have a friend that always gonna pat you on the back and say, "Oh man, you're doing a good job," even when you're doing a bad job, or would you gonna hire one that pull your coattail when you're in the wrong, and who would want you to pull his if he was in the wrong? You know what I mean? So I think that I don't know. I don't think they knew how to take it. Like like I say, I have more business relationships out of Phoenix than I do personal relationships. And as far as calling somebody a friend, you know, it will only be two people that I could just even consider calling a friend. You know, so he's been down like helping me in ways, man, that you know what I mean, like a true family member. You know what I mean? And we don't talk all the time, but if I need him, if I text him or call him, you know what I mean, we've always made it to come together and fix a problem or whatever, resolve something or whatever the situation was. It was rough. Like the hip hop scene is pretty cool there, but um, show my face, I would say I showed my face on the scene to network, and it just it wasn't for me personally. I don't think that they knew how to take me neither. You know what I mean? But I feel like, and I'm a steady drop EPs. I can't wait to drop my new one. So as far as just like the network though, with the DJs or owners or whatever, something ain't right, and you just feel so. It just we just didn't connect. But I got a chance to learn something about myself though. I learned. I learned I'm a true hustler. Like when it comes to a hustler, being an entrepreneur, being someone who can think outside the box and be able to make income and be able to network with people. I mean, I feel like I'm a true hustler. And for those who think hustlers are drug dealers, hustlers are not drug dealers. You know what I mean? Now, a hustler can be a drug dealer. You know what I mean? But hustlers are not drug dealers. They start, they go under. A hustler, he gonna develop a product, he gonna sell somebody else's product. He learned that I got what it takes to go anywhere and make it happen. But I feel like God used that time like Moses in the wilderness. You know what I mean? Like I had to go to the desert and find myself. I had to get alone and talk to God and see God. You know what I'm saying, for who He was. You know what I mean? Like Moses did in the burning bush. You know what I mean? Like it's so hot in Phoenix. Like I had to walk around desert, talk to God till I seen the burning bush. You know what I mean? Where the light hit me, and I was like, man, I feel my purpose. You know what I mean? But everybody, are different. You know what I mean? What's going on now? And everybody's different, man. But I just feel like coming to Phoenix was an avenue and a part of my odyssey that I had to go through in life to get me to the next level of what I'm about to go through. The things I'm about to accomplish. I had to go to Phoenix. You know what I mean? So I feel like in life we'll face different things. We'll go through stuff, and I feel like going through those things is what tests us. Show us what we're made of. And I remember my wife saying something one day. I was kind of discouraged about what was going on and contractors, the way they was, people were showing, the hatred, the racism and the biasness. It was just frustrating. I'm like, damn, how can I beat this? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's good, man. Uh, that's good that you're going to school. I think that you can actually do anything once you put your mind to it. You know what I mean? But you got to be able to make that decision to say, hey, this is what I want to do. So I don't knock nobody going to school to better themselves. But like I was saying, I remember my wife telling me, you know what I mean, I was down, and she was like, Joe, you have always been the type of person to come up with something, even when we was back home. She was like, you just got to figure out you just got to find your hustle with it. You just got to figure out a way. I know you can do it. You know what I mean? And she just made me think, because it seemed like I was like, damn, I wasn't looking at everything on a full plate. It was like I was looking at the plate like with one piece of pie on it, not thinking that I got 3/4 of a piece of pie on this plate. As many ways to eat it or consume it. You know what I mean? So, you learn a lot, man. You learn a lot when you're trying to be independent, and I think it's stages. A guy asked me earlier uh, about me being independent or hiring, and I have hired several people since I've been in Phoenix. Uh, but on a majority basis, I'm independent because when you start out, one person you can depend on, that's yourself. When you're building your brand, you got to build it like that. And actually, to me, I believe there's three levels to it. So when you're developing your freedom, I believe you have to work. I think a good independent person had to work for someone else first. So I believe you have to work for someone else for, my opinion. I worked for someone else for at least 10 years. So I did a decade, I did a decade in prison. Then I got out and did a decade working for someone to sharpen my skills. And I worked from different avenues of it. So I was able to learn different things in it. You know what I mean? I wasn't just in one particular field of welding that made me, and that honestly what turned me into an asset because I learned different ways. And I was always around some masters in what they did, where I was able to, brush shoulders with them, like they say, iron sharpens iron. I was able to sharpen my skills around them to improve me in different areas because I worked around, you know, master carpenters, electricians, plumbers, um, sheetrock guys, guys that did a metal deck all the time. That's what they did for a living. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't really, I wouldn't do metal decking for a living. I do some here and there, put some in. That's just not my thing. I don't really like it, too much, But I've seen some guys, they badass, boy. They come through there and they'll deck a building, roof building top quick. You know what I mean? I done seen it happen. Uh, but I got a chance to do some of everything to be around some good people, man. And it showed me the skills of being a millwright. I was around a millwright who's hard at what he did, and he worked in industrial mills. And so I got the millwright training like one on one in the field, in industrial mill. And in this town, you didn't necessarily have to have a millwright license. Now they did have millwright license millwrights come in, and we was working right with them, assisting them. And one of our guys, a few of our guys was like head on it. So, I got a chance to just learn a lot. So I'm thankful for that. So I think that's a stage. And then, you break out being independent. You learn how to form your independent LLC, self-proprietor, or LLC, or whichever one. And I didn't go with a self-proprietor. I went with a independent LLC. So you got your choices on how you want to set your business up. But I will say this. Um, I will say this. It's good to me personally to have the limited liability because it protects you and your investment. So just keep that in mind when you're being independent. So, and then the other stage is, the corporation. I would say it like that when you start having more team members or more investors or more employees working for you and your team. And the guy asked me, are you going to have field welders, rig welders or whatever hired to, to do jobs? And I am. So be looking out for that because see, my goal is this is what I'm gonna do. I don't like the word employee. I ain't gonna lie to you. I associate the word employee with slave. That's me personally. That's my personal opinion. That's what I do. I associate that word. So I would never say, Hog On got 20, 30, 40, 100 employees. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say what we have. Hog On gonna have 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 members. Members is different because members are everybody. It's you're not just a number. I mean, you mean something. You're part of the body. So it's like you know, it's like you reading a whole lot. You're getting a lot of information mentally, and then you get so smart. You say, hey, hands, feet. I don't need you. I know I got all this shit. I got this covered. And then you try to move on, and they're like, all right. And they stop. Your ass is just a head laying on the ground. You're like, hey, come back here. You see what I'm saying? See, we're a team, man. No matter, even though, it's a small member, if you mess around and you hit your finger or break it or cut a finger or a limb, you'd be like, damn, you didn't realize how bad you needed it until you missed it until it was gone or you damaged it or hurt it. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm gonna say, I'm gonna build members. So in OKC in the Hog On Independent Welding School, we're gonna have team members. And in the business when we're doing the field welding and the fabrication, it's gonna be members. You know what I mean? So you're even gonna be members, investing members, uh, working for the company, but getting your top pay for what for what you do. And so, we're gonna have it set up where I'm gonna be able to use rig welders, but it all depends. Some rig welders only like to do pipe, and what we gonna be specializing in we're not going to really specialize in the pipe contracts because I don't like to deal with the people you have to go through to get those type of contracts because I don't like to kiss ass. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't want to put myself in a stressful environment.